it's going to be all about veterans, all about the veterans on Rockin' the Coast.
Sunday shop, do 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 do. Sunday shop, do 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 do. Sunday shop, do 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 do. Ah. Hello, 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 person, and welcome to the world's worst YouTube channel. Well, not quite. I have seen worse. Not very often, but I have. There's a Shananana. Hello, my dear. How are you? Little forklift trucking cutie. And I was looking at some creatures today that you would love. So look out for the next part of my Swallow Aquatics store tour video. Lots of mutants and weird frilly things. As I once heard someone call them astro turtles. So there we go. There were some of those. You're enjoying the extra hour of sleep you got from daylight savings. So we had that last week, and I don't get an extra hour's sleep. Just means I'm up an extra hour during the day for the next day, because I just sleep whatever I sleep. I wake up when I wake up. It's usually about the same time. So instead of waking up at 6 in the morning, I woke up at like 5 in the morning. Or instead of 5, it was actually nearer 4 o'clock. But yeah, that was last week. I went back. Oh, pardon me. Which worked out quite well, because Chris didn't go live last week at his normal time because of Aquasmella, and he's overrunning today. But hey, how do you do, Steve? And Marit, my lovely, my dear, my sweet, how are you? Hope all is well with you. As I try and get comfy in the ancient falling apart camping chair. I really do need another camping chair or folding chair or something to sit in, because this thing's really not good for my back or legs. Although it does have a drinks holder in the arm, so it has upsides. Lovely Ruby, hello. Lurking and making dinner. Ooh, Sunday roast. Nom 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 nom. Can't beat a Sunday roast. Except that one you have at the back end of December when they ruin the Sunday roast by adding turkey to it. Turkey's nasty. Looks ugly, tastes nasty. So what hath... Oh, hockey game with Chris. Good, good. Out and about and doing stuffs. So what have I been up to this week? Well, let's start with the downer. Was the treating the blue shrimp tank for the Vorticella, which involved a complete strip down and redo of the tank, new substrate, new filter, swap out the plants and rock, and catch and salt dip all the shrimp. So that was fun. Big tank Hank. And F1's on. Good, good. Hopefully Lewis Hamilton will crash into something. Howdy, monkey. How you doing? So yeah, so we did the complete reset on the Blue Dream shrimp tank. Blue Dream, blue, whatever. It's a red shrimp, a blue shrimp, a yellow shrimp. It's just a colour. You can call it whatever you like. It's still just that colour. Admittedly, that was a little easier, hey Austin, because that's only a 15-litre tank rather than a 200. That was a peak to do. So we're looking like we've got that things look a lot better than they did anyway. So we're going to do another salt dip on the shrimp this week. Hopefully get rid of the rest of the water cellar. This one has had its second treatment for Camellanus worms, just as a precautionary measure. Pretty sure it's clear. I've not seen any since the first treatment, but we'll do a second treatment. Then we'll do a water change and a gravel vac and put the carbon in the filters to get rid of any leftovers. Howdy Ash, how you doing? What else? Yeah, someone's missing, I know. Yeah, I did have a bit of an experience with one of my spooky friends. Not entirely sure which one, but someone's done something nasty. We'll talk about that maybe later. The bottom tank down there now only has 40 bristle noses in it. So we sold another 50 today. We sold another 30 cherry shrimp out of that tank today. So that's 80 in the past 2 weeks. Probably nearer 100 by the time miscounts. Shrimplets, God knows what gets in the net. And that's still well overstocked. Oh, and my Paliatus cories decided they're going to start spawning. I managed to save one egg from the first spawn because they caught me rather by surprise. But, you know, one egg is better than none. So now they've started. Hopefully they will continue on. It's nothing too bad, Marriott. Don't panic. Well, let's just say that spirits can cause physical harm. Ooh. I don't know which one it was, but one of them did it. There we go. He's got to be where he belongs. I'll move the poop emoji out of the way as well. Yes, I have a poop emoji on the top of my tank. I saw it and thought of Chris. That's Chris multi-tank addiction. So a big grinning plastic toy poop emoji turned up. So Cory spawning. Baby bristle noses. We've got another breed of oxbow. 100 odd something. I don't bother counting until they go into the bottom tank, so I know how many I've got. Yeah, they're actually big enough to count then. Everything else going well in there. There's Spotty, Super Dad. No other grief anywhere else I can think of in any of the tanks. We've got some very strange looking shrimp in the non-shrimp tank. They're a jelly blue with red heads, solid red heads. So quite an interesting colour combination. Not one I've seen before, but we shall see if we can promote that line. Yes, this is the tank that has the CPDs, the Pygmy Cories, and the Clown Plecos in it. That I chucked half a dozen, I want to say black, they were pretty much black cherry shrimp in there. They've all vanished. But now we have reds, blues, wilds, and tiger stripes. So, yeah, I don't know. It's me. Stuff that breeds just tends to migrate into different tanks. The new tank, the 64 litre, that's got cherry shrimp in it. Danny boy. How's it going, Danny boy? And another one of your videos I'm following. What to do with spawning Cories, because we got Paliatus eggs. Not in there, they're around that corner. You know where that tank is. I thought something weird was going on because There was one rather big, fat, round Cory getting chased by 5 skinny-looking Corys, so I figured it might be some spawny going on, and it was. I managed to find and save 1 egg, but that is quite a densely planted tank, so who knows if the egg I've got in the breeder box, I say breeder box, I mean small microwave food container, if that hatches, then I'll be keeping an eye out on the substrate to see if there's any more baby Corys in there that hatch. Heidi Ian, Atkins Nature Aquariums, start on the tank maintenance, so working and lurking. Cool. So yes, what else has happened this week? Reset, redo, silly, spawny. I mean, even just a week later, for some reason, Spotty keeps going back into blooming cave. So I think he's got the horn again. So that would just be as soon as Bertie's got eggs. We're not too far off of a month since the Reds laid, I don't think, the Super Reds. So might get those soon as well. Yeah, more the merrier, the more breedage, the better. I'd rather have to set up more tanks because I've got too many fish and I need to sell them than be breaking down tanks because the fish keep dying. Yeah, what I've been doing, Dan, is I've been getting a little torch out and using that before I stick the lights on or anything. So it's only the one that I've seen spawn so far, and I made the new mistake because they decided to spawn at like 10 o'clock at night, and I was like, I am not hunting around in the cold water tank at 10 o'clock at night for Cory eggs. So I thought I'd be fine till the morning, at which point there was 1 left. Oh well, I got eaten, but hey, live and learn. Typical. My Corys decide they're going to breed at night rather than in the evening rather than in the morning. Yeah, the one there would have been more. I mean, I saw more, but yeah, it's that. I'm basically getting ready to go to bed. Last thing I want to be doing is armpit deep in cold water trying to pull out tiny little eggs. Late at night, my eyes are going, barely focus. But yeah, so now I know the behaviour to look out for as well. So if I see that, then I know to keep an eye out for eggs. Don't think anyone else has spawned. With due more, I say virgin birth, not really virgin, but the mollies are all pregnant again, despite me not having any males. Third time's a charm. Snailies keep multiplying like snailies do. And the other thing I'm kind of tempted to do at the moment would possibly be see if I could breed assassin snails, because I know I can sell those. Yeah, and obviously the other one, it's been fireworks night, Guy Fawkes night on Friday here, so we've had lots of muted crackling and popping sounds and fireworks going off, and everyone taking to Facebook to complain about the deafening noises. Do they not remember the days of air bombs and bangers? Remember the 5th of November, gunpowder, treason and plot. As well as Brits celebrate someone going into the Houses of Parliament to try and blow everyone up. The King and all the politicians. should tell you what the Brits are like, really. Yeah, we celebrate a failure. It's like the original Eddie the Eagle Edwards, if anyone else is old enough to remember him. Oh, hang on. No, we got more Shelleys. People need something to complain about. Yes, they do. Yeah, well, I mean, the old joke is he was the last honest man to go into Parliament. So, yeah, I kind of agree with that, to be honest. I wouldn't trust the rest of them as far as Spotty could throw them. But yeah, we'll avoid politics. Let's just say that none of them should. I forget who said it. I think it might have been Frankie Boyle. But anyone who wants to go into politics shouldn't be allowed to go into politics. And the old 90s sitcoms, Yes Minister and Yes Prime Minister, were scarily accurate. If you can find them anywhere. They've probably been buried because people, politicians don't want everyone to know what actually happens. There we go. So that's about it. Now, spooky news. As I said, spirits can cause physical damage, harm, as I found out. One of my friendly ones decided to scratch me quite nastily on the ankle while I was having a nap. Basically, I woke up from a nap with a big scratch on my ankle and no explanation as to why it's got there. My toenails are all short and neatly trimmed. Did that recently. Later that day, I find out that a young girl, 14-year-old girl, was assaulted, let's put it that way, in an alleyway about 100 yards that way. Hashtag hash browns model nano newt. If it was the cat, Ian, he's been dead a year. So that's why I think it possibly was either that dude or the shadow figure has basically seen what's been going on 100 yards that way, because where the alleyway where the attack took place, you can see from my back bedroom window, as it were. And I know that is basically where my shadow figure likes to hang out, because I tend not to go in there very often at the moment. Hello, Leah. Long time no see. How are you, my dear? And if I didn't say hi, Stevie P. Hi, Stevie P. Rap guru. So what I'm thinking has happened is one of them has seen what's going on over there and has tried to wake me up to let me know something is going on, and then obviously couldn't quite communicate exactly what was going on, because if I'd have known what was going on, I would have been out that door and beating somebody severely for attacking a 14-year-old girl. J Rock, he's taking a break from doing stuff. But yeah, so sleepy little Attleborough. Not so sleepy at the moment. So model nano newt. I'm guessing that's from Chris. I suppose it's more pleasant than the hashtag church fart I used last week. For anyone who missed that, we were talking about, I was talking about me getting thrown out of church and farting, and the various other places I've been thrown out for farting. Howdy, Derek. 44 Mag Guy. Yes, where are we? Trying to think. Brain fart. Getting old. I'm old and crap. No. Yes, and Steph. I'm guessing Chris might have finished and everyone's come over. So thank you all for turning up. And I'm going to say it once, get it out of the way. Channel memberships are open if anyone wants to click the join button. It's 99p a month. Flat, job done. There are emojis. I even did the emojis. And there you go. That is my. I hate saying that kind of thing. How do you do, Mike? Steph loves to listen to me rattle on. It's weird. Apparently, people like to hear the sound of my voice, and I don't. I just waffle on for a couple of hours once a week, and then every so often turn on the camera and waffle at that for a bit. It's Stevie Eight Toes. How you doing, Totally Scale Models? Long time no see. Probably because I've not been doing modelling. Well, I've been doing modelling, I might sing. Yeah, I've got a way I think I sound, right, in my head. And what I hear when I speak, that noise. Then I hit play on a video. Oh, 7 now. Damn. Yeah, you definitely can't come to Norfolk. You're missing 5 toes. Yeah, as soon as I hit that playback, it doesn't sound like... I know it's me talking, because I remember making the film, or video, usually. But it just doesn't sound like me. It sounds weird. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this is it. To me, when I'm talking, I don't hear an accent. People hearing me hear accents. People from different parts of the country hear different accents. Mother lives in Sheringham. Oh dear. You have my sympathies, Steve. It could be worse. You could be in Cromer and have crabs. Sorry. I can't resist that joke. You know me. I mean, hey, Hayley's not here, so we've got to have someone to make crab jokes about. Yeah, so yes, and whilst we were out today selling fish and shrimp, I did do part 4 of my Swallow Aquatic store tour. I filmed that. You'll be pleased to know, following the 1/4 hour megalith that was the last one of the exotics, it's only about 7 minutes going through the cold water section. And then the next time we go, I will film the pond and native fish section, which I'll have more of a clue about what they are. Because I've probably put a hook through most of them at some point in my life. Even, well, he's saying that, I've caught goldfish with a rod and line before as well. So, yes. And then it's just whether I do the fin and fur section, so all the little rodents and the birdies. So you've got rabbits, rats, mice, hamsters, gerbils, dagoos, finches, budgies, cockatiels, cockatoos, lovebirds, parrots, macaws, all sorts. Well, thank you very much, Danny boy. Well, I say definitely that in the exotic section there are some things you don't normally see in pet shops in the UK. You know, giant tortoises and marmosets and caiman and death spiders and murder noodles. Yeah. One of the way things are going, one of these days I'm going to film a video in there and go, they're mine, they're mine, they're mine, they're mine, they're mine. Yeah, I supplied those and those. Tarantula leggies, exactly. At least at the moment, I haven't got any of the Goliath bird eaters in. I'm no spider fan, but you know, if they're locked away safely, then I can look at them and I can appreciate what they are. I mean, if it escaped and was on the floor, I'd stamp on it. No questions asked, no second thought. It would get stomped. But seeing, I mean, you see a big tarantula, you're like, gee, that's a heck of a. Then you see a Goliath bird eater, and you're like, oh, right, yeah, that could sit on my face and do the face hugger from Alien quite easily, and like wrap its legs around my head. No, they're not even a pretty colour. It's not like they've got like pink knees or anything. They're just brown. I mean, when it's a spider that the native, or a tarantula, because technically tarantulas aren't spiders. They're arachnids, but they're not spiders. I think that's how it works. But the natives track them by their footprints. I'll let that sink in a moment. Not the legs most women won't wrap around their head. Yeah, definitely not. If I'm going to have legs wrapped around my head, there's only two of them. And they ain't going to be hairy. I'm not sure whether it's the amount of legs or the fact that they're really hairy is the most disturbing part of that thought. Stick your tongue in sharp in your teeth, you might be able to speak properly then. Yeah, so today's was mostly what you'd expect in the cold water section, so mountain minnows, all the various different varieties of mutant crucian carp, let's be honest, goldfish, some actual carp, some roach, rainbow shiners, that kind of stuff, normal cold water, things that you keep in a fish tank indoors. Lots of what I call wiggle butts and brain heads and all sorts of different weird things. Multitudes of weird golden, white, and black, and God knows what colours. Is it wrong that the ones that I like the look of the most are the bronze ones, the ones that are actually the natural colour? Probably. No, donuts haven't got legs, they're vegan. If a vegan will eat it, it hasn't got legs. Yeah. In which case, vegans would eat snakes, but yeah. So it doesn't. An eight-legged donut. That's Homer Simpson's nightmare, a donut that runs away from you. To be fair, it's probably one of mine. I've probably dreamt or hallucinated that at some point in the past. Some of the dreams I have are extremely weird. Yeah, you might hear some slight popping and fizzing in the background. That is just fireworks going off outside. So cue the next round of people complaining on Facebook about them being on so late. It's like they want people to set the fireworks off in daylight so you can't see them. Yeah. Although I did have to go around this morning and clear up a bunch of the rockets where they've been fired and they've come down and all landed outside my house somehow. Not guilty. I haven't had fireworks for years and years. So what else have we got in the pipeline? I don't think there's any fish I want. Well, there's fish I want, but not necessarily fish I have space for. Yeah, once final treatment's been all done in there, the albino bronze cories will be going in. Those 6 will, and I'll probably get another half dozen. Explosives nowhere to come, Derek. That's the thing. Yeah, I'll say they aren't around here. I didn't hear any Friday night or last night after 10 o'clock. So there might have been the odd one with some idiot setting them off randomly. You know, young lads being young lads. But small town in Norfolk, so not that much goes on usually. But yeah, I'll say it is dark. 4:30, 4:45 now in the UK, so yay. I'll be watching the Aquatic morning show with Jess and Rocco, and it will be dark by the time it finishes. Yeah, that's a weird one. I'm watching the morning show and it gets darker at the end than it did at the start. Illegal before 6 and after midnight, not that anyone bothers about it. Yeah, that's generally the thing. But I did have a theory. Now, we know some animals don't like the sudden loud bangs, but I'm wondering if the animals pick up on the owners, because the owners know it's going to happen, because the owners know the date. So whether the owners get worried, so the animal picks up on the owner's worry, then the owner sees that the dog is worried, and then they worry that the dog is worried, and you get a vicious cycle, and everyone is terrified. I'm wondering if that might be the cause of quite a lot of it. Because that little dude back there, he would go outside and sit on top of the shed and watch them. Didn't bother him at all. The other cats and dogs next door, they were completely fine. Obviously, Sparky is, because she's deaf as a post. You can literally, if that's her head and you put your hand there and do that, she doesn't hear you. She turn around and go, huh? She's completely unaware you're there. You have to sort of make sure your shadow falls across her if she's facing away, so she doesn't jump. She's that old, you don't want to be increasing her heart rate if you can help it. Bless her. A 23-year-old cat is going well. Even if her legs are going, bless her now, but she's deaf and she's got 3 teeth. But she's a happy, lovely little cat. Claws like razor blades. yeah, that was that. Is there anything else to say? I'll play it cool trigger. Yeah, exactly, Dan. If people weren't nervous, it's scientifically known. We know it. It's been proven that animals, specifically pets, pick up on our emotions. So if we're nervous, they get nervous. And then if the owner picks up on the pet being nervous, and they get more nervous, that makes the pet more nervous. Then something goes bang unexpectedly outside, and they both jump. Now, I'm not saying that no animal is scared of it, but gun dogs. Yeah, I once knew someone who had an actual working gun dog, a field spaniel. And fireworks night, when the fireworks went off, the spaniel was chasing around the house looking for a dead pheasant. Chasing around like he was hunting for a dead bird that had been shot. Yeah, there's plenty that don't. So it's not. As I say, I think it's probably more the owners get scared, which makes the animals scared. I mean, obviously things like horses, but I mean they get scared by a plastic bag, so they don't count. Wild animals, things that live out in the wild, they hear a loud bang, it's a gunshot. There's someone trying to kill them, so they get scared and they run away. That's kind of probably a genetic memory from however long back in certain species. But then even horses, they used to ride them into battle with, be firing guns on horseback, and the horse would keep charging. So it's probably something we've either bred into them or encouraged. That might be something worth thinking about. Oh, that's better. Excuse me for that. Chewy cough. Yeah. So what else? Yes. Doing some researchy, and working some stuff out for another Norfolk ghost story. Well, this is more of a folklore cryptid type thing. Howdy, Chris. Model Nano Newt. Not as cool as hashtag church fart. But yeah, there you go, Chris. Is that right up there? Big grinning poop emoji for you. And some electric blue Akara, because I know you like those as well. Yeah, so working on that video. I know it's weird me researching a video. It's one of those where I want to get dates right and things like that. Need to move fish and you have a jungle tank. Oh dear. Yeah, I would go with the big green net and a slightly smaller white or blue one that they can see, and literally just chase them into the green one. That's going to be your best bet, I would have thought. About the only advice I can give. That, and I mean, thing is, in a jungle, if you lower the water level, the plants just go and get thicker, so it gets even harder to catch the fish. So yeah. Oh, Thank you very much, Dan. We have a first member. Dan is now a Zach friend, which is a very, very special position to be because that's Zach. So you are now a friend of Zach. That means you get a floofy head rub and respect from every other cat. Need to set up a 55 in the bedroom. Going to have a mess of blue Moscows. So for you pop the cherry. That's about the only cherry I've not popped, Dan. I saw it, Marriott. I saw it come up on my pooper. Yeah, 55. Yes. You don't need a 55 for guppies. Come on. And there's the poop emoji. Oh, hang on. I have an idea. It's poop time. There we go. Sorry if that was a bit graphic and a bit much for 99p, but there we go. I've never been like undersold. Hello, Aquatic Jack and Liquid Zoo. Yeah, not necessarily the thing that'll turn up just to see me producing a poop emoji, but hey. And no longer here. Yeah, I've got that kind of sense of humour, I'm afraid. Toilet humour I'm really good at. But yes, so there we go. What was I talking about before I crapped myself? Life advice: when you turn 40, don't trust a fart. Let's see what Marritt's sending me. You're welcome, Chris. If I can put a smile on people's faces, then I've done my job. That's the way I see it. Yeah, that's definitely a jungle, Marritt. Yeah, lowering the water level is not going to help, is it? No, still not doing anything. Let's see. If I do that, no, it won't turn around. Let's see if we can cover names up. See if anyone's got any advice for Marritt trying to catch fishies out of that. If you are a Zach friend, Marritt, you don't have to try to be. But let's say joining the channel is how you get to be a Zach friend. Somewhere below the sort of like in amongst the subscribe notification belly stuff, there's a join button. It is UK 99p a month, which probably works out to about 10 kroner. $1.30, something like that. But yeah, lower the water level as much as you can before the plants all just go flop and just turn into a thick mat. Dynamite fish will float to the top. Yeah, electric current, you could electric shock them, but I wouldn't recommend that in a tank. Yeah, so it was bad enough. Top of a fizzy drinks bottle and chase a fish into it with a net. Good idea, Dan. Yeah, just drill a few small holes in the bottom so you can whip it out quick and the water will drain out. Yeah, that would be a good idea. fizzy drinks, because it's clear they don't see it. Ah, whiptails, yeah. They're not quite like plecos, are they? They don't just hang on to their favourite bit of wood. And you just lift the wood out with the net underneath it until they drop into it. That's my trick. Because down here in the tank that I catch them out of to sell, which you can't see because it's not in camera view. That one down there that you still can't really see. There you go. Basically, other than the filters and the heater, all that's in there is a big chunk of wood. So what happens is, as soon as you do anything, all the plecos, you go whoop, straight onto the wood, pick the wood up, put the net under it, and catch most of them. While we're here, we might as well go. Snails, do 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 do. All I really want is snails. Foxy's Fishes for that song. Epic tune. We have Molly Wollies. Yeah, and the rest is the same as usual. The albino corridores. Yeah, and just Pleckmageddon in those two. Quick update. Shelley's a Shelley in. We've got more babies in there. And then carefully adjust the camera angle. And the rather green shrimpy tank that's had 80 or 90, maybe 100 shrimp taken out of it in the last couple of weeks. And is still overstocked. Lovely Dee Dee. How are you, my dear? Plastic tray. Good idea, Dan. A clear plastic tub or tray of some description. It's clear they won't necessarily see it coming too well, so you can go over it. Kind of like how you catch a spider. You put like the glass over the top of it, and then you slip a bit of paper or cardboard underneath, and you take it outside. But and then so the sounds great, but yeah, it's just not going to work. The plants will get in the way, and by the time you've moved the plants out of the way, the fish have gone. Yeah. I mean, I could come over and stand at one end of the tank and flash them and scare them all to the other end. That might help. Yeah, that's my general experience. If I flash anything, it runs away. So I used to have to explain to Zach that I was taking my fur off. Yeah. Yeah, it's basically married. It's like you're either going to catch them real quick and easy and go, oh, why was I worried about that? Or you're going to be there for hours trying to catch the bloody things. 400 litre tank, you're going to be there for hours. Sorry, hon. And you're going to be on a step as well, aren't you? You're going to be standing on something, so be careful. Much as I wouldn't say no to a picture of your butt, I don't want a picture of your butt all bruised. Sorry. Taking out 3 in the last 4 weeks. Oh dear. Yeah. What about a trap, as it were? So again, with the using the bottle, Put the food in the bottle, wait till one goes in the bottle, and then stick your hand over the end of it and pull it out. That might work. If there's enough space to put a bottle in there, flat on the bottom. Because once you've got it into something, then you can pour it out into a net or wherever you want to take it. Yeah, that might actually work. Clear bottle. Oh, might work even better if the bottle's not clear, because then they won't see you coming. So basically, put their food in a pleco cave and then wait for them to go in and get the food and put your hand over the end of the cave. Pretty much what I do with boy in here when I need to get the eggs out. Although he doesn't abandon the eggs anymore, he stays in the cave. It's getting him out of it that's the problem. Howdy, Griff. How you doing? Good to see you. But yeah, so my thing is, when it comes to catching bristlenoses or shrimp, I'm your man. Other stuff I'm not so good at. Well, you got one out last night. Yeah, I would have said, I mean, it's going to be slow and steady, but it's probably the easiest way of doing it. And let's be honest, watching a tank isn't exactly hard work. No, it's not like, oh, I've got to sit here and watch my tank for a bit. That's one of the main reasons we have them, is so we can sit there and watch them. And to be perfectly honest, Sunday evenings are the time I spend the most watching the Shelleys. And that's normally when I spot I've got new babies. Females don't go in the caves. Yeah, so catching the... See, women are always harder to catch than men. Well, us men are easy to catch. Probably the same goes with fish. Women are a lot cagier in these matters. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think what I've done other times I've had things that are going to be a pig to catch. Fortunately, most stuff is normally fairly easy. I say fairly easy. Might take a bit of wrangling and chasing about, but I can normally get them fairly simply. I can guarantee if you've got 3 to catch, the first 2 will come out easy, and the third one you'll be there for hours trying to catch. What was it last one? So I had to, yeah, the yo-yo loaches were a nightmare. First 2 easy, third one was a pig, and the fourth one I happened to scare it into the old resin holla, whatever you want to call it, resin choya wood ornament, and being a loach, it zoomed in there and hid. So I put one hand across the end that his nose was at, and then put my other hand over the other end and picked it out. Like, gotcha, you little bastard. Vicious little buggers they were. I think you're just in it for the long haul, Marrett, unless you want to do a complete tank strip down and drain. Mind you, sometimes they're good to do. You might find things you didn't know you had. I mean, I didn't. And it's how I knew that the Nerite snails would survive a treatment with levamisole, because when I stripped that tank down, I found another couple of Nerite snails that had been in there with the levamisole, and they were fine. So, so I've not pulled them out this time. And all trumpet snails survived as well. Then just leave them in there. Pretty much. I say whiptails aren't going to hurt anything. It depends if you're trying to sort breeding colony and a more efficient way so you can keep all the eggs and raise them all. If there's something else in there that's eating the eggs. Oh, we've got hubby driving so you can chat and listen. Well, driving Miss Dee Dee, that's what's going on. Not Miss Daisy, Miss Dee Dee. Please tell me it's not a purple car, because that would really mess with my mind. No, I'm conflating two movies there, aren't I? Conflating Driving Miss Daisy with The Colour Purple. That'd be one hell of a weird movie to watch. So yeah. So back to where I was about 3/4 of an hour ago. Yeah, doing the research and sorting out the dates on a video on Black Shuck, aka the Black Dog of Death. Listening to you, TV, and Chris is going on like someone put money on him. Well, fist bump to Chris. Tell him he's a cool dude. Some weird Englishman thinks he's a cool dude. I don't know whether that's good or not, but hey. At least I didn't come like Debbie does that. No. No. I'm quite surprised that's not where my mind went, to be honest. I think my mind conflated two movies about race and racism, and it got confused. Don't do drugs, kids. They screw with your mind for a long time. Yes, although I do have to say, watching back the oh bless him, I say watching the Halloween Ladies Night on Shanna's channel 503 Aquatics with Dee Dee from Dee Dee's Fin Den and Jess from Mainsail Fur and Fins. I forget times and dates because I'm old and crap. But yes, you were, Dee Dee, you're pulling all the numbers for the giveaways from inside your bra, which did make me think, a good game. What's Dee Dee hiding in her bra? It was just a passing thought. I thought it'd be quite an amusing game to play. Willie Maxer, how are you? Who are you looking at? Handsome individual. Getting a good connection from offshore. Bloody hell, the wind must be in the right direction. Well, stay safe, Willie. And Kenny's here as well. What wacky racist colours? Dick Dastardly, yes. Yeah, I know I laugh like Muttley. You don't have to bring that one up. Yeah, so hope all is well. Spent all day trying to catch cribs. Cribs are easy to catch. Yeah, it's the trying trying not to tear up the plants is the tricky bit. This is why with cribs, to be fair, most of the dwarf cichlids, after 2 weeks, I get the airline out and a jug, and I airline siphon them out, and then pop them in a fry tank, which is nice and easy to catch fish in because it's small and not full of plants and stuff. That's the easy way to catch cribs when they're really small. You just chase them around with an airline siphon and suck them all up. Just don't suck them all up at once. Something I've learned. So you suck all the fry out at once. Mummy and Daddy have an argument about whose fault it was that all the babies have gone missing. And usually one of them doesn't survive the argument. So you take a few out, maybe half, and then the next day you take a few more, and then you take a few more, and until you've got them all out. It's when they all go missing at once. But yeah, I mean, that's why I do what I do. Oh, excuse me, pardon me. That's why I do it, how I do it with the bristlenoses. As once I notice they're in the cave, it's 5 days. The cave comes out because 5 days you got wrigglers with bristlenoses. Persuade the male out of the cave, which can take quite a bit of doing with Spotty, and then all the wrigglers go into a breeder box. Because otherwise, I mean, it's not too bad now. The tank is like it is now. It's had 5 or 6 gallons of plants removed and binned, but how it was with the extra plants in there, I would not have wanted to try and catch 100 odd bristlenoses. Plus, I'd probably get eaten, and that's my main source of income at the moment. And I just realised I'm in top chat. Not that I don't think it may. Oh, Marritt's lurking. Oh, we're getting to the exciting part of the Grand Prix, the pit stops. Come on, machine. There we go. What's Willie thanking Derek for? Saying hello. Lurk away, Marritt. At least if you're lurking and not listening too closely, you're not going to wet yourself. Dee Dee needs more subs to get to the next giveaway. Come on, people. So if you're not subbed to Dee Dee, sub to Dee Dee. She's a lovely, lovely lady. Rather easy on the eye, I have to say. Especially as a Little Red Riding Hood. It's like she read my mind there. Naughty girl. But yeah, if you're not subbed to Dee Dee's Finden, go give her a good clicking. Clearing a crib bachelor pad though, mixed in with rainbows. Ah, yes. Well, cribs and rainbows do get on well. They're good fish to put together because the cribs stay low down and the rainbows are zoomy enough to not get nailed by the cribs when the cribs have babies. Oh, pardon me. Ah, good boy, Dan. Dee Dee is lovely to watch, and she knows her stuff. First turn, let the cars. Oh yes, Mexico this weekend, isn't it? So yeah, well, last turn is where there's going to be some accidents, especially if it starts raining. Yes, let's all share the love. Because how could you not love Dee Dee? And hey, well, right, just sub to everyone's channel because I think everyone in here pretty much has got a YouTube channel. Just spread the love around. It costs you nothing. Click the notification bell. The algorithm likes that. And Dee Dee isn't like me. No, she gives things away. So for her next 50, I'm assuming, is it an Amazon or an Aquarium Co-op gift card, Dee Dee? I don't think it's to the next 100th subscriber, as it were. It's a general giveaway. But yeah. I would give stuff away. I'm broke, so you know what I make from selling fish at the moment is what pays my bills. Love the two co-hosts who laugh so much. Oh, it is wonderful to watch. I spend most of the time getting rather embarrassed, or sitting there looking confused, and then it finally twigs on what's been said and why everyone else is laughing, which is also endearing and funny. But I do have to catch up with this week's. And you have plumage. Ooh. I'm assuming you mean plumage and not plumage, because if you had plumage, I'd be worried. I had to rethink my stance. Yeah, Dee's got far better hair than me as well, and a better accent. Coop for Americans and Hamilton for over-the-water friends. Exactly. So there we go. You don't have to be an American. Anywhere with Amazon. You can sub to DD and you're in with a chance of winning a gift voucher or gift card. Gift voucher. There I am showing my age, aren't I? Who remembers getting like the Woolworths gift voucher for Christmas or the book token? I always preferred the book tokens to the Woolworths vouchers because I like books. There's only so much pick and mix even I could eat. No point. Don't know why I did that. Nobody wants to see my teeth. While it's not generally true what people say about English teeth, in my case it is. That's because I haven't got a dentist. Pardon me. So really what I should do is have the poop emoji close at hand. And then if I need to fart, squeak the poop emoji and cover the sound up that way. Because yes, it is a squeaky dog toy. Gift certificates, yeah. I had some weird ones over the years. Weirdest one. I mean, there was it was a kind of department store, but mainly a kind of clothes department store called Debenhams. One year, I actually got Debenhams gift vouchers. I was like, it was off my grandma, and I'm thinking, what the heck? So that was the one year I actually went and bought myself boxer shorts and socks for Christmas. So, yeah. Had Marks and Spencer's vouchers as well once. Howdy, Daniel. Other Daniel even. Work was mental and you're knackered. Yeah, I can understand that. Lots of browsers, yes. Oh, yeah, we're used to our accents, so Dee Dee. I mean, there are some that even Brits can't understand, but so the American accents are the ones we hear on TV or in movies, so they're the more exotic ones to us. Yeah, also, I haven't been to the dentist for probably 7 or 8 years now. Yeah, stuff just hurts for a bit. Only thing you can afford is Debenhams gift vouchers, another Debenhams gift voucher. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, Windows security. You have not. Coming from a Christmas bit, bring that fan. Yeah. I know exactly what you mean, Daniel. I was in Swallow today, Aquatics, before anyone gets any pervy ideas. Just moving on some bristle noses and shrimpies, and yeah, that was packed out as well. Yeah, I can understand what it's like in Maidenhead. As anyone who's seen my store tour video that I did of the Norwich Maidenhead branch, you'll see it is a very tight little shop. It's a cool little shop, and at least you don't have to walk too far to get to things. But yeah, weekends, yeah, there's a reason I don't come in the weekend, Daniel. There's a reason it's normally midweek when I pop up there. And Mr. Ian Douthwaite, good evening, sir. How the devil are you? Scratch builder extraordinaire. Hope all is well and you're fully fueled on ice cream. One year ago, my teenage stepkids pack of socks each for Christmas. They waited for them. I was wondering what they really do. Yeah. Yeah. Mind you, I'm at the age now where I'd rather get socks and boxer shorts for Christmas, and you know, it's something useful. I think once you start working full time yourself, when it comes to Christmas, you know, if you've got your own place and you're working full time, you get the stuff you want when you want it. Then it comes to birthday or Christmas, and people go, "So what do you want?" And you're like, and yeah, exactly. Common sense, you see, Dan. And I even time it so, because I don't drive, I get the bus up and the bus back. I even time it so I'm on the quiet buses as well. Doc BC, how the devil are you? British Columbia? If so, I watch quite a lot of Dan Hurd. He's also in British Columbia, I believe. Not that I expect you to know him or who he is, but you know. Or perhaps Bucks County. I'd hidden $100 bill in each sock. I'm happy after that. Didn't know. Yes. Yeah, I've done that trick before. Yeah, look forward to Christmas with the socks and boxes restock. Exactly. It means you can throw out all the ones that have got holes in them. And the tip is, my tip, you buy only one colour of sock. Black, usually, because it goes with anything. Doesn't go grey with time. Doesn't show the muck. But you get some longer ones and some shorter ones. The longer ones are for when it's cold. The short ones are for when it's warm. So then when it comes to sorting your socks out when they come out the washing machine, they're all the same. You don't have to figure out which pair is which. Dan Hurd is the shiznit. I knew at least someone would watch Dan. Yeah, you got any, I mean, even if you're not really got any interest in gold prospecting and gem collecting and prospecting, it's just the cinematography and Dan's personality are well worth watching, and the beard. Like gift cards and money, these. No, it's not thoughtless. I'd rather get something than nothing, obviously, but it's when it's a gift card for somewhere that you're never going to. Yeah, why? I never shop there. Look at what I wear. Do I look like I go shopping at Debenhams or Marks and Spencer's? Dee Dee's like a kid at Christmas. She gets all excited. I get the exact opposite. I'm already getting a grump because there have been some decorations already going up around here. And yes, I'm already tempted to get the wire cutters out and go snip, snip. Into gem hunting and panning for gold. I'd love to do it. Problem is, there's basically nowhere around here. And I think the law in the UK is you have to hand in anything you find of any value. So even if I did find gold, I'd have to hand it in. I wouldn't get any money for it. No, I mean, the extreme would be, buying someone who hates guns, firearms, weapons for whatever reasons, and buying them a Brownells gift certificate. That kind of thing. Like, really, you just happen to be in that shop and think about it and go, I know what. Yeah. Amazon gift cards are the easiest. I guarantee anyone can find something on Amazon they want. Never buy black socks. Had to wear black socks when you worked at the prison. Yes, well, I'm lazier than you did. I just don't like sorting out things. Yeah, exactly. I mean, as I say, I'd rather get an Amazon gift card than something I didn't want. Let's be honest. Thankfully, I don't have many people buy anything for me. And the people that do buy things for me know me well. So, because if they're, I can just see, oh, John likes fish. And then they descend on somewhere like their local Maidenhead or whatever. Yeah, exactly. I knew you'd get the Brownells reference. And you're surprised I know that, aren't you? No, Dee Dee, I'm not signed up for that. No. I'm not a Christmassy type person. Plus, I haven't got a clue how to do StreamYard or any of that stuff. For Mr. Rico Stan to come up. Fully supportive of what he's doing. Actually, I'll have to send Graham a message. So I don't know if Graham's in on it. So he's about the only other UK-based fish tuber, Aquarium Adventures. So I'll have to have a chat with Graham, I think, see if I can get him to contact Rico Stan. Last year you got a year's subscription, not the membership of a YouTube channel. Thanks, Dan. Hi, Anthony and Lord Sir Bob of Kayla and the Ark. How the devil are you? One person I know will have enjoyed seeing all the strange and interesting creatures in my video from this week. The second one, because I'll put 2 videos up. So I've got quite a backlog of videos now. It seems to be what happens is you go for a while, and you're like struggling to think of something to do a video on. So I try and do a video a week. So it's like, what the hell can, oh, God. And it gets like Thursday afternoon, and I'm just trying to go. I'm just like, oh, what the hell can I do a video on this week? What can I waffle about for a few minutes? What can I do? And then another time you'll get loads of videos backed up because you've had things happening, you've been to new places or whatever. Yeah, so I'm not, but I will let Graham of Aquarium Adventures know because he gets a lot more viewers than I do. And he doesn't tend to be, he's not anti-fish fam, he's not one of those, he's just not in fish fam, as it were. I've got his sticker up there. He's good people as well. I know you, Muck and Dan. What was I talking about? Oh, videos, yeah. So yeah, I've got a bit of a backlog at the moment. So I've been putting out 2 a week the last couple of weeks. Not to clear the backlog because I've got loads, and there's only a certain amount of storage space on my pooper and memory cards. So yes. Ooh, got an itch. And I cut my fingernails as well, so but hey, if anyone's got any ideas of videos they'd like me to make, don't be afraid to let me know, because hey, maybe I should make that a membership perk. You can request a video. There you go, Dan, as number 1. Just make it something I can record in one shot, okay? Yeah, so green dot cod, I have no idea what even one is. I've been given things like Sainsbury's gift cards. It's basically a store card with X amount of credit on it. I think you're supposed to like buy yourself something nice, but it's me, I just, you know, buy food or tobacco. But what that means is then I can use my own money to buy other stuff that I want. Because my local Sainsbury's really doesn't have much fishy in it. Nothing modelly. I don't know. Cocktail sticks and cotton wool buds or Q-tips. That's about it. For modelling. Fish-wise, I've got all the random stuff. Sharpe juggles tarantulas as well. Aquatic's video coming up. Yeah, that's not happening. I ain't getting that close to tarantulegi. Certainly ain't juggling them. Not all them bloody hairs flying out all over the place. It'd be worse than me in a bath. It'd be like me having a shave after a fortnight. That's what it'd be like. There'd be bits of wire flying everywhere. All right, let's get up for a moment. I've run out of filters for me ciggies. I was going to strip a dog end down, and I thought, interview an LFS owner who clips behind the scenes. Actually, that's a good idea, Bob. I wouldn't be able to do it on a Sunday. So yeah, that's a good idea. If I could maybe see who we can get on board with that one. Halloween is over. No. It's not Christmas till New Year. Christmas starts Christmas Eve, and then Boxing Day is when everything gets put away. It's a 3-day thing. It's the winter solstice celebration. Oh, pardon me, that wasn't my knees. Usually when I get up and there's a weird noise, it's my knees, but that wasn't that time. Oh. Yeah, I mean, as I say, I just try to avoid the C word as much as I can. I don't mean cancer or the abbreviation of Canute. Yeah, I'm just not a fan. Especially when every time you go into a shop, they're playing that god awful music. But no. Why is it the rest of the don't play any music? Then for this month and a half, you feel obliged to play the same 20 songs back to back to back to back all day, every day. Bad enough getting the adverts coming up already on blooming YouTube. If everyone was going to sign up to premium, it would be because, you know, I don't want to watch your bloody Christmas adverts. If you ever get serious about salt, I'm going to ask you. Yeah, I mean, it's something I keep kind of thinking about, Dee Dee, but it's, yeah, going to take a lot of thought, and I'll probably upset a lot of people as well. Not as much as I've probably upset people the last couple of weeks, but you know, apparently people don't like it when you refer to their precious hybrid African lake cichlids as mutt cichlids. Which, you know, they are. A hybrid is a mutt. It's not a mutt, it's a such and such. Yeah, it's a cross of that and that. It's a mutt. Yeah. Well, that's the other one I could do is Africans. Yeah, I could do an African cichlid tank. One without aggression problems. By keeping a single species and keeping far more females than males, and do the breedy thing. Lots and lots of hidey places and cover. Then I was watching a well-known big fish tuber yesterday who was talking about doing an 8-gallon community planted tank. And we're talking about rams and plecos and cardinals in an 8-gallon. I'm like, even I wouldn't do that. Yeah. So I generally own, these days I've learned, I've got the common sense going. So unless I'm working in said shop, which is a nightmare, Because not only do you have to put up those god-awful tunes and the god-awful tacky decorations and all the special offer chocolates and stuff getting in the way, and everyone just being stupidly happy at you, wearing stupid jumpers and headgear. But yeah, when I go shopping from usually about the end of November, I'll have my Walkman on and I'll have the headphones turned up full blast so I can't hear anything. Oh, did he miss out on the LSD? Yeah, I didn't. I've seen colours that don't exist. Yeah, it's not good when you read Lovecraft and you understand it. Yeah, and don't read Lovecraft on LSD. That's a really bad idea. Trust me. Even I had trouble sleeping that night. Yeah, where were we? Yeah, I just don't do Christmas. It's that simple. I have my reasons. They go back to when I was 11. Chaos, F1 on TV, football on the iPad, and you're on the phone. Yeah, so I will watch the 6-minute or 7-minute highlight video that comes up on YouTube this later on or tomorrow morning. Seems like I see what you did there, Derek. Pass over Thanksgiving because they don't make much money off of it. Yeah, this is it. It's all just a blatant money grab. Oh, you have to have this or you'll have a bad Christmas. No. Spending a lot of money does not mean you're going to have a good time. You can have a good time with not spending hardly any money. Oh, yeah, they put the Christmas stuff out here now before they even put the blooming Halloween stuff out. Yeah. It's definitely one of those don't knock it till you tried it, isn't it, Bob? And don't fight it. That's where people have the problems. They fight it and then they have the freak out. If they just go with it, they're fine. And that's one dead ball. When they're empty, they're called dead balls. Still not sponsored. Well, it's probably not the best look, is it? For an energy drink company to sponsor someone who sits here yawning, looking half asleep while consuming their product. I'm probably not like the person they want. They want some athletic. Uh-oh. Are you guys doing breedy behaviour again? You are, aren't you? Yes. Oh, well, we'll have even more Shelleys. Never mind. We can soon sell Shelleys. Sharpe sells Shelleys in the fish store. Need to boost, time to address human fry responsibilities. Well, fist bumps to the human fry. Oh, no, Dee Dee, don't. I'm used to it. It's over 30 years. Well, to put it very bluntly, it was 4 days after Christmas I got put into foster care with no warning. I had no idea what was happening. That is part of the reason. Exactly. You got it right there, Derek. Just spend time with the people you love to be with. Not necessarily family. Yeah. No, yeah. We've all got family we don't get on with. Mine is called my family. God knows how many years it is. Yeah, it's got to be 20 years at least since I've seen any of my family. So there we go. Yeah. Do what you like to do. Spend time with the people you like to spend time with. That's what makes us happy. Being around the people we like to be around. And depending on how I feel, I might do a Christmas Day stream. Oh, bless. Don't cry for me, little Miss Dee Dee. My life is just one big screw up, basically. How I got this far, I don't know. Yeah. How I'm not dead or in jail, I have no idea. But, you know, these things happen. But, yeah. Don't you go shedding tears for me. Unless they're tears of laughter. I wholeheartedly approve of those. Tears of laughter are fine. But, yeah. I'm big enough and ugly enough I can look after myself. I've been doing it since I was 11, let's be honest. So, you know, 34 years of looking after myself. And 18 till 39, I lived on my own. So, you know. Don't bother me. Exactly, I've got a fish fan now. I've always had friends. It's just I'm not the most sociable of people. I don't like parties. I'm kind of I'd rather just stay in on my own. I've always been that kind of person. Yeah. So back when I was in care, the long-term home I ended up with, they couldn't twig that I'd rather be sat in my room reading a book than I would be, you know, doing the things their kids did. Well, that's because I've got more than 2 brain cells to rub together. I can read a book. It didn't go down well when they found out what I was reading. Went down even less well when they discovered I'd been smoking the Bible. Yeah. When you get in trouble and you get in a rollicking, and then your foster dad grabs your Bible to go to a certain passage to quote scripture at you about why what you've done is wrong and why you should be eternally ashamed and you're going to hell, and then those pages are missing because you've smoked them, yeah, you get in a lot more trouble. Yeah. Oh well. No, I'm not religious. I'm not Christian. So to me, it's just a book. To me, it has no more. Well, if anything, it has less bearing on my life than Lord of the Rings did. You know, it's. I'm not knocking anyone who is religious, who does choose to believe, follows a faith of whichever flavour. Each to their own. It's not for me. But don't force it on people. Yeah. Trying to force a religion on other people tends to be what causes wars. Historically speaking, at least. Just Bill and Ted. Just be excellent to each other. That's really the only rule you need to know. Now, if I am going to hell, at least I'm going to have good music to listen to when I get down there and interesting people to talk to. I'm just going to haunt someone. Don't know what or who I'd haunt. Where would I haunt? Where would be a good place? Obviously, the women's locker room. Adulting is overrated. I agree 100%, Bob. Yeah, adulting is definitely overrated. You've got to let your inner kid out every so often. If you don't let your inner child escape, you live a miserable life. That's basically it. If you can't laugh at a good fart, you're stuffed. Love will find a way, indeed. And somehow I found Mary nearly 5 years ago. I'm exactly the same. That's one reason why I'm not at the job I was at anymore. I try and treat people. I try to be respectful towards people. I try and understand their viewpoints, their way of thinking. If I don't agree with it, I'll accept that. Okay, we've got differences. That doesn't mean we can't be friends. Doesn't mean we have to hate each other. But yeah, when someone doesn't treat you with respect, and it's the boss, so yeah, I'm just a number. You don't care about me. You just care about the job being done. Okay, bye. But yeah, a very worthy aspiration. If everyone, as Stevie P there says, just try and be a nice person, the world would be a much nicer place. Except that we have our differences, whether they be skin deep or brain deep, or genetic or whatever. We're all different, but we're all the same. We're all Homo sapien. We're all human beings. Treat people how you want to be treated. Hold the door for someone. Why thanks when someone lets you across the road? Just be nice. Don't be a dick. Life gets so much easier. And if everyone was like that, all life would be easier. So spaketh Sharpe. And there we go. Some deep, meaningful stuff followed by a burp. That's what you get here. Either dumb toilet humour, deep, meaningful stuff, or bad body odour. So, as often I say when we get to this point in the stream, thank you very much, Stephen. That was a quiet one for me. I do try to keep the volumes down when I'm online. Does anyone have any questions they would like to ask? Dun, dun, dun. Here's where everyone goes, no, I'm not going to, no, I'm not asking that. Beware, I don't embarrass easy. And I can be blunt despite my name. Yes, the two things I actually got called at Sharpe at school were Sharpe or blunt. Blunt was just people trying to be funny and failing dismally. How many plecos can you keep in a mason jar? What size mason jar, Stephen? Because I tend to operate on a foot per gallon of plecos. Because, I mean, if we're talking 1 gallon, 6.5 is 70. Yeah, pint. Right. So quarter of a gallon. So 6, 1/24. Actually, that makes the maths easier. I'll go with about 6 or 7. No, there wasn't a review of pork pies S. It doesn't need to be. Pork pies are awesome. They just are. Even better with proper mustard as well. Some good Coleman's English mustard to just dunk it in at home. Sumerian mythology, yes or no? Yes, but understanding the lack of understanding of the sciences back in ancient Sumeria taken into account. I mean, a lot of these ancient myths, wherever they come from in the world, let's go paranormal because I know paranormal. Let's take the werewolf myth. There are werewolf type myths, tales all over the world, with the exception of Antarctica. But that's because people don't live there. So how much of it is a myth? How much of it is something that has some kind of semblance of truth deep hidden in there? We won't ever know. How much filtration can you put on a 5 gallon 19 litre? Well, I call it a 20 litre. Well, those top 3 have got a Fluval U1 and a sponge filter in. But you could probably put an FX6 on there. The problem is then you're increasing the capacity of the tank probably by another gallon, which you might not want to do. So you probably want to stick with internal filters or hang on the back, because that won't actually add too much extra water. I'd go with however deep the tank is, top to bottom, whatever the longest or largest internal filter you could get. So probably a Fluval U4 or maybe a U3 or a U2, where the streets have no name. Yeah, probably a Fluval U2 and a sponge filter. You start putting more in there, then you start losing actual room and space. But you know, some people claim you need at least 20 times the amount of filtration that you actually need. Oh, you need 12 power heads and 18 FX6s on that. Really? No. Just don't. The classic "Is We Dumb" t-shirt, just don't. Yeah, you could always put an 800 gallon sump on it as well. That would be hilarious. to get a tiny little tank with a massive sump on it. So you got a 5-gallon tank with a better in it, and in the sump underneath you got about 8,000 cherry shrimp. Yeah, and as for cherry shrimp stocking density, don't ask. It's around about 100 per gallon as far as I'm concerned. Well, that's what that tank tries to do. The one down there. That's a 20 litre and it had probably about 400 cherry shrimp in it. I sold a couple of hundred and it's still got about 300 in it. So, you know. Actually, that was one of the ideas I had for a future video. Would I hate peeling up cherry shrimps to make a meal? Oh my God. I don't think I'd bother peeling them. I'd just eat them shell and all. There's room for water and then there's room for shrimp, exactly. And snails. Yeah, I mean, if you're doing a snail tank like that, just get yourself a piece of limestone, about 1 inch thick, cut it to the size and shape of the tank and just put it in the bottom. Then fill it with water, add a filter and dump a whole bunch. 55 gallons on 800 something. Yeah, that's to be truthful, that's pretty much what the LFS I was at today is like. They've got the massive wall. It's more than 50. It's got to be about 100 odd tanks, and then there's underneath it. There's just a sump that basically runs the entire length of the thing. And every so often they have to go down and clear out the sump to get all the stock out that's managed to get in there. Apart from one fish that lives in there permanently. Oh, thank you very much, Bob. The $5 Boss super sticker. Yeah, so if you look at the Swallow Aquatics store tour part 1, Derek, basically that entire length of tanks has got a sump underneath it. One big sump. And it is home to Sparkle and whatever escapes into it. And Sparkle is a full-grown red-tailed catfish. Yeah, and they got the same on the marine side as well. Although there isn't any catfish obviously living in the sump in there. There's probably sea cucumbers and shrimp and starfish and bristleworms and God knows what down there, but they're healthy, happy tanks. People go, "Ooh, it's got algae growing in it." It's a marine tank. It's meant to have algae. Even I know that. Weird, funky colours of algae are good, apparently, for a marine tank. They're also good for a freshwater tank as well. Got a better name, Sprinkle. Oh, I think Sparkle would quite happily. Well, actually, Sparkle probably wouldn't eat Sprinkle. It's probably not worth chasing. Not that it take much chasing, just an accidental inhale would probably do the trick. Shrimp tanks are full of pleco poop and plecos. Yeah, I did separate mine. So yeah, at the moment we've got 3 pleco tanks up and running for a total now of 320 pleco bristle noses. Between those 2 6 gallons, which have each got 140 in, and the 14 gallon underneath, which has now got 40 in. I sold 100 out of it, and there's another 140 odd in that little Zest reader box. Just as Mrs. Molly decides to swim past, taking a massive dump. I know. That's very naughty of her, isn't it, hey? Yes, Bert, you tell her. You know what live bearers are like. They poop almost as much as plecos do. But yeah, you do need to do a lot of filter cleaning in pleco tanks. Ooh, Chockiplex, lovely. So hopefully it won't be too long before I've got the longfin super reds breeding. And the lemon blue eyes, it's starting to look like the one I thought was a female might be a male. So we might have to hunt for another female. Welcome back, lovely Marit. So yeah. If I get 2 pairs of bristle noses going, I'm definitely keeping the LFS fully stocked. Although scary thing is, the 50 cherry shrimp and the 50 bristle noses I took in last week, they sold. Which is why they wanted another 50 this week. Yeah. I just need to get them to be selling like maybe 200 bristle noses and shrimp a week. Then I won't have to work. Don't worry about it, Donny G. You can always catch the replay if you get really bored. Yeah, Bob was sprinkle on stage. As a sign I once saw in a toilet read, "If you sprinkle when you tinkle, be sweet and wipe the seat." I thought it was a very nice word, but yes, I know, Marit, you keep telling me I need a new rack. I know it's likely going to happen at some point. We're likely going to end up with a shrimp rack. Never that bored. Cheers, Don. Yeah. And to be fair, I'm never bored enough to watch my own videos either. Even with insomnia, I don't. I have other channels for that. As I've mentioned many a time, yes. I have channels I watch purely when I go to bed. So their videos get several views because chances are I might fall asleep partway through. So the next night I put it back up and start from where I got to. And hopefully after 2 or 3 nights I've watched it all and remember it. Sometimes with some of Drakenfeld's dry docks, yeah, that doesn't happen, but some of them get to be 6 hours long. If you fall asleep after 20 minutes, you're going to be there a long time trying to get all that watched. But then some nights I'll stick something on that I'd normally fall asleep to. And like 3 hours later, I'm still awake and I'm next video, and then the sun comes up. Oh dear, what did you do, Marit? What did you do? Is it something you can say publicly? Did you fart in Starbucks again? Sorry, that was outside when it weren't in Starbucks that time. Yes. Come on, spill the beans, my dear. Compared to some of the stupid stuff I've done, it's got to be really stupid. If it's... And I doubt you can do anything as dumb as some of the things I've done. And even if it's go out, get outside and realise you've not put your clothes on, because I've done that. I've gone to lock the door and realised I've not got keys. And then why haven't I got keys? Oh, because I'm not wearing any clothes and they're in my trouser pocket. Hence these days, whenever I leave the house, I do the four pocket pat down. Generally, because I'm wearing cargo shorts. So, right, yeah, we've got keys, lighter, back it in, wallet, good to go. Yes, come on, spill those beans, Marrett. Or you can just message me directly, and then maybe I'll tell people next week. And just change the names, protect the innocent. Come on. You see, my time is up. I'm overrunning now into Crystal's stream. If Crystal is streaming, Crystal's Pets and Plants. She normally streams after me, I think, doesn't she, Bob? Right, so we need a hashtag. Stopped at rest stop, isn't it? Well, they're obviously comfortable, Dee Dee. What's wrong with that? Nothing wrong with being comfortable. Right, so we need a hashtag. What have we been talking about? It's Crystal's Pets and Plants, I think, Don. I was trying to think of a hashtag. Something slightly crude, but not too crude because Crystal's not that kind of person. Can't look as bad as me, Dee Dee. Uh-oh. Pardon me. There we go. Hashtag poop emoji. That's the one. That will let Crystal know that everyone's come from. Hashtag fish poop. Yeah, that's probably a safer one, Dom. We'll go with that one. So on that, no, I don't have to go and wipe. That was just a fart. I had egg mayonnaise sandwiches this morning for breakfast, so that's why. Shoes. Dee Dee, no one's looking at your shoes, sweetie. Their eyes ain't going that far down. You know what I mean. So on that, I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you, everyone, for turning up. Thank you, Bob, for the super chat. Thank you, Dan, who is not here anymore, for becoming my first member. Peanut butter, you're sick. Peanut butter and mayo. Mind you, I say that, I've never tried it. I like peanut butter, I like mayo, so it might work. Crystal went early, she's still alive. Well, there we go. Pop over to Crystal. Bob has just put the link in the chat. I'm going to go get some food before I collapse. And as I say again, thank you for Bob for the super chat, Dan for becoming a member. Anyone unaware, yes, the membership join button is down there somewhere. I'm not pointing at my genitals. I'm making sure I point to the side. Enjoy your hobby. Have fun. Have a good week. Stay safe. Peace out. Rock on. Catch you later. And bye-bye. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do.